Hi guys, it's Susan here from Path to Authenticity. This is me, finally in front of the camera. I have something special to talk to you about today, and if that's okay with you, I'm going to be reading it. So here it comes. So what I would like to talk to you about today, it comes from my own personal journey, my own experience, and it has to do something with the time when I was chasing my beloved divine counterpart. I have to admit, I wasn't that bad of a chaser. I did some shaking and some screaming and other stuff, but very soon I saw the reality and slowly but surely started to work on myself. And even though I wasn't chasing for long or too hard, it still did the damage. And when I say damage, I don't mean anything that anyone should take a blame for or be blamed for. There is no blame in reality, only lessons that we need to take. It is only our ego, however, who perceives it as blame, and it is up to us to explain it to our ego that we don't need its protection, that we don't need it. Anyway, that was a couple of years ago. Now, I will tell you a story about my divine counterpart and myself, and I hope that there will be a message for you, maybe a lesson, or if not, I simply thank you for listening to our story. So when we have met with my divine counterpart, he had a girlfriend. And when he finally broke up with her, we nearly jumped on each other like straight away. For me, it was amazing, yet very scary time. Because suddenly there were no obstacles. Or so I have thought. Mind you, we were never together. We just kissed here and there. We sneaked out by the garbage cans. What a romantic. At work and flirting like crazy. But that was it. And when the time has come that the universe has decided to take us on another part of our journey, my divine counterpart told me in a beautiful long speech. Then at that time, my programming was that guys, they don't talk this much, and they are not this honest or open or loving in their speech. That was my programming. But anyway, he had told me that he can't do this at the moment. He's a broken man and simply can't do us now. He admitted that we both know that we like each other and that he doesn't say to our relationship that could never happen. He's just saying that now it is not the time, and he simply asked me to respect that. What a beautiful speech. He gave me a kiss at the end, and I said yes. You see, I have always been incredibly grateful for the blessing of having such an amazing divine counterpart. He's literally the kindest person I know. He's brave beyond comprehension to me, and he is the only person who has ever enough strength to be there for me when I needed him, and yet strong enough to admit his weakness. For man, those are incredible attributes that I didn't really much appreciate back then, because for me, it was new. I didn't have that in my previous experience in my life. So I was shocked. Anyway, my whole journey, and it is exactly 2 years since that conversation, I have thanked the universe that this man is my divine counterpart and that I am the way I am. But as I have discovered a few days back, that these things that I have been giving to the universe always continued with, but he's not a good communicator. We have blocks in communication. And now you ask, why am I saying that? Because I just said what an incredible speech he gave me that was honest and open. And you're right. But after the speech, our communication started to fester. We literally didn't understand each other sometimes because English is my second language and his third. And we fought a lot, and our communication gotten worse and worse. That our last real conversation happened in September 2017. So while I was focusing on this fact that we must have some kind of a communication issue, that he is so bad at it, the universe presented me with a memory that I had, but I didn't focus on it one bit. The memory of this honest request for time and respect in his decision to be alone at that time. And the dots in my head started to make a picture. That beautiful speech he made when he asked me to respect him. I listened. Yes, of course. But I've heard what I wanted. I've heard, yes, we like each other. And that he is saying that not never we cannot be together. I simply heard what I wanted. So what I did the next day after this speech, after this beautiful, honest speech, I continued to chase. I literally put him against a wall and asked him what is going on that I like him more than he likes me. And then it was when I started to notice the fact that he is incapable of speaking. And where my programming about him being a bad communicator started. But here is how it was for him, or at least his subconscious. And his ego needed to protect him. All he saw was that the person he respected so much, the person that he admired and loved so much, the person he knew that respects him, the person, the woman who is so incredibly different than all other women that he knew in his life, this woman disrespected him. She didn't listen. I didn't listen. I didn't respect his request. I dishonored his honesty. And most of all, I ignored and disrespected his vulnerability. And on top of it all, I blamed him for it. I blamed him while I was asking him, and he just stood there, silent. I blamed him for something that I have programmed him with, or that I told him, his subconscious, that yes, he cannot trust women. He cannot trust me. And the pain I have felt those few days back, that the universe finally decided that I'm ready to remember and to realize That pain was brutal. It was his pain. His pain of not being seen, of not being heard. Again. Well, there's some forgiveness to be done in our energies, for sure. But you know what? Since then, since I remembered and realized, I don't see him anymore as a man who can't communicate. I don't see us as having communication issues anymore. You see, perspectives are so important. So what my message for you all is, if you're chasing, think twice about it. And maybe listen what your divine counterpart is telling you, even if they are not using words. And if you're not chasing anymore, look at your programming about them, the pain that they are causing you, the imperfections about them, and ask for a change of perspective. Because that is all that we need to do sometimes. Respect yourself and respect them as well. Thank you for listening. Love you guys.